I lost my brain there. I'm Emily.
And I'm Chelsea.
And this is Mom Needs a Minute. All right. Chelsea, why do you need a minute this week?
Oh, why do I need a minute?
I have a reason for you.
For me?
To maybe potentially need a reason.
What was...
So today, after I picked all three of the boys up from school.
God. You saved this for now, didn't you?
I did. I did try to fix
this.
it at the time. I did try to no, don't look at me like that. I tried to deal with it at the time, and
oh boy,
it's too late now. So
good. Love that.
So they went out, and Nolan always likes to help get the eggs from the chickens and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
So at one point he comes in and his hands are just covered in yolk and egg.
He broke an egg.
See, the thing is though, Chels, he had put it in the pocket of his pants.
Oh no.
And so it broke in the pocket of his pants.
Is he still wearing those?
He is still wearing those.
Oh, he has egg pants.
Yes, he does. I tried to give him like options. I was like, we could give you a pair of shorts or like a pair of sweats or something from the boys. Because, and at the very least I could say throw it into the washer or something. No, it's okay. And I was like, are you okay? Like your mom is not like you're not going home for a while here, dude. But yeah, no. So he comes in just covered in eggs, like both hands, just goopy nastiness.
Was he crying?
Nope.
Oh,
he just goes, I need to, or he asked me if I would help him turn the sink on so he could wash his hands.
Yeah.
But that is it.
He wasn't.
Nope. And I went, okay. Like,
I don't even care because
it was so funny though, because he just looks at me and Maverick goes, Nolan got yoked.
Yes.
And I was like,
I wouldn't expect anything less. No, he's wearing the pants, not me. I don't care.
I know. And I was just like, well, no, because I was like, first of all, it can't be comfortable.
Oh God, no.
And second of all, I was like expecting him to be really upset about it.
Because he broke an egg. I thought for sure he'd be really sad about it.
Nah, he brought in the rest of them and put them in the container and just went along about his day. I was like, okay.
Well,
yeah.
I'm surprised he has pants on.
Honest to God, when I said, well, if we give you like a pair of shorts or something and I can wash these, I'm surprised that he didn't just strip down to his underwear.
Call it a day.
And call it a day
Mm-hmm.
while I washed his pants. And I was like,
oh, man.
what is happening right now?
Oh, that is what being a boy mom is like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get so used to like cleaning their clothes when there's just like shit and you don't even know what's on there and you're just like, whatever.
Constantly.
Yeah. And I was super anal about his clothes before. He would not wear
I know.
anything stained, and I look at his pants and I'm like, there's a freaking hole in the knee and there's green grass stains.
And you used to put them all on one hanger, matching sets on hangers together.
I did do that. Okay,
like
but
a psycho.
I'm still really anal about what color pants he wears because I am like, he has to match. I don't like when he doesn't match. When he goes to school looking like a weirdo and he doesn't match, it gives me anxiety.
I want to tell you that that's going to go away for you, but I don't think so. It went away very quickly for me. I arrived at that station extremely quickly. But
you had Maverick.
Yeah. And there's just only so much I can do at that point.
Yeah, Nolan's just so used to me picking out his clothes that he just like doesn't even know how to do it.
Oh, no.
He will.
I think the last time I picked out their clothes was when we did family pictures in January.
Oh, yeah.
But I think before that, or, whatever, the only time I pick out their clothes is like weddings or something where I'm like, no, you have to like look
good.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I gotten a lot better. Now I just organize his stuff by like short sleeve, long sleeve sweatshirts and pajamas. What she doesn't, I don't even know why we have pajamas for him because he doesn't wear them.
Honestly, same. The boys will sleep in their underwear and a bathrobe.
Oh no, he doesn't even sleep in that.
I don't know how they sleep in it because I think that it would be so uncomfortable, but yeah.
Being like tied in there. Oh God.
Right around your waist like that?
Yeah,
I don't like it.
No. It's like a one of those things you have to wear in the insane asylum.
Like a straight jacket?
Yeah. That.
They don't use those anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oh.
God, no. They haven't used those in a long time.
What the heck do they do?
Well, typically,
They're probably drugged, huh?
well, they get meds that are prescribed to them, but they also get,
I
like...
figured they were prescription.
There's different options. There's different options, like, depending on what they're doing. Like, 99% of the time, nobody is, like, tied up by any means.
Okay, but when I envision it, I literally envision it like Good Burger when they get put in there.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And
No.
they're like dancing in like the
No, Chelsea, no.
It's a great movie.
I'm not saying that it's not, okay?
That's
I
the
want to be
only
clear.
way.
I'm not saying it's not. But no. That's
I honestly I kind of figured that, but it was like my childhood
Yeah.
like brain
Yeah.
that's like
No.
heck yeah, like they're just rocking straight jackets.
Yep. Nope. They don't use those.
Okay, well,
So,
there goes that.
all right. Do
But-
you have a reason that you need a minute aside from the fact that your child is wearing egg pants around my house for the last 2 hours?
That's actually really funny though.
Oops.
Did you just spill on yourself?
No, I was trying to move my leg and I just, like, my knee was caught under my thing, so I pulled on my
We don't mess that up.
so I pulled on my cord though.
Every day I need a minute.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I didn't have Nolan over the weekend, so I was kind of. I don't like that actually.
it was quiet and chill.
Well, we went to the hockey game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, Michael kept spilling on himself. Like, just he had like Tourette's or something, and just like kept spilling his beer and then blaming it on Meatloaf, which is a cat who was not there.
I was gonna say, how was that Meatloaf's fault? Because I'm willing to bet you didn't take him to a college hockey game.
I would have tried though.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, he likes to be in backpacks.
I can see that, but yeah. Oh, you got to get one of those like clear cat.
Oh, I'm
ones.
gonna.
One of
He's small enough. Like
my
hasn't
friend
grown.
has one, and that's how she takes her pets to the vet.
Yeah, I
What's your
have
reason?
a reason that I need a more than a minute actually.
Hour and a half.
A day. Yeah. So today I had to call and make a vet appointment for one of our cats. BK. Which
What did he do now?
nothing. He just
Oh.
needs to get his vaccination because we've had him for a year, so
Oh,
he needs to
I was
get
like,
his updated.
oh god. Well, with how brilliant BK is,
He's so fucking
I'm never sure if he's
Yeah.
eaten something stupid or gotten himself stuck on something and
No.
hurt himself.
He's pretty dumb. He's kind of chilled out a lot though. He's still dumb,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not as annoying. And I'm not gonna say the next sentence because then it's just gonna jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so Michael keeps telling me that he's gonna make an appointment for Sassy for anxiety and catch her up on her shots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' hasn't done it. It's been like 2 months.
Mhm.
At least 2 months.
Okay.
So I called to make BK's appointment, got that all done. I was like, actually, can you try like doing something else for me? I need to find my boyfriend's cat in your system.
Okay.
And I was like, it's not underneath his name. She's underneath his ex-girlfriend's name. Yeah.
So you're really asking a lot from
Yeah.
this poor tech
Yeah.
to go through. Not yours,
Nope.
not Michael's.
Nope. She was really nice about it. They were definitely busy. I could hear people in the background. And I'm like, I think it's underneath
Her name.
insert ex-girlfriend's name here. And she also recently got divorced prior to that. So I was like, I don't know what last name it is in there.
Oh,
So
no.
I
So
just-
you only have a first name for this ex-girlfriend
Yeah,
at
pretty
this
much.
time.
But she found the cat. But I forgot what the cat's legal name is.
Honestly, it's a miracle that you found
I know.
Sassy at all.
I know. But anyway, so her like adopted name or whatever from whatever was Scarlet.
Mm.
And I told Michael that's a stripper's name, so we will not be calling her that. Which he only called her Cat anyway.
I don't think it's a stripper name.
It's definitely a stripper name.
It's not like
Scarlet.
Diamond
Scarlet.
Princess.
Scarlet. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, I had to set up a vet appointment for my boyfriend's cat, which was underneath his ex's name.
Who had just also undergone a name change and whose vet name you could not remember.
Yeah. And this cat hasn't been to the vet since 2021.
Well, I'm trying to think of the last time I took my cats to the vet, so it's probably not good either.
Okay, well,
Unless they're, like, really ill or something.
see, and that's the thing with Sassy. Her anxiety is getting so bad that she literally just gophers her head out from underneath the couch.
Oh, poor baby.
But she's doing it to herself.
Well, I mean, Myrtle, you've seen my cat.
Yeah, but
Have you? Well, actually, have you seen my cat?
I do know you have 3 cats. Thank you.
Because nobody sees her.
But I just... Yeah, so moral of the story is I needed to make a vet appointment for a cat that isn't mine, essentially.
And, I mean, in theory, also not Michael's.
No.
If it's under the ex-girlfriend's name.
Yeah, and he, like... Yeah, that cat.
Who just got, say, married and divorced.
Well, yeah, she got divorced
So
before they started dating, like right before.
she got divorced before
So they...
her and Michael started dating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, that's a trend. You got something for divorced chicks, huh?
Yeah? I guess.
No. But yeah, so that is my reason for needing a minute, because I had to make said vet appointment after reminding a guy to do it for months.
Yeah.
After this cat shit underneath my couch multiple times.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Well, is my child the reason why you need a minute?
No.
Okay.
No, I just thought that was funny and I wanted to tell you about it.
It's something.
No, this morning Maverick decided that he normally takes a football to school, and honestly, he takes the football to school because I have no more energy at this point in time to try and stop him from taking a football to school
Yeah.
to play with over recess.
Yep. No.
And that's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just was adjusting.
Oh, okay. And then, but today he decided that he wanted to take a basketball. So,
what?
So at like 7:30, he goes, puts all his stuff on, and tries to go into the backyard. And I'm like, hey, bud, what are you doing? He's like, I just got to grab something. And I said, what do you got to grab? He goes, well, it's out here. And just walks into the backyard. And he comes in with a dirty basketball.
Was it flat?
It must have been, because he immediately goes and grabs the little air pump and
Stop it.
starts pumping it up.
Stop it.
And I was like, I swear to God, if you throw this fucking thing in my house. I was like, you're not, that has to go back outside. And he's like, well, no, I want to bring it to school with me. And I just want to, play with it a little. I just want to throw it into this one bucket in the house. I said, absolutely not. Yeah, those big blue buckets that we got for their stuffed animals that are out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to use. He wanted to practice his slam dunks before he goes to school. So then he wants to take this basketball to school.
So we have a basketball player on our hand now?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we do.
I will tell you. No.
Yeah, we do.
It doesn't matter. But then, so...
Squeaky
well,
shoes
no,
for life.
I think that it's from that one day that we took them to.
I know.
But whatever. And so then he is like trying to convince me that he's going to take it to school. And I said, where are you going to keep it? And he's like, I can put it in my locker. I was like, your locker is about
no way
8 inches wide. There's no way it would fit in there. And he just looks at me, and you can tell he's getting real mad because he knows that I'm not backing down. And 2, he knows that that's right. He knows, you can see in his head, he knows that it's correct, that basketball is not fitting in that locker.
And there's no way his teacher's gonna let him just hang out with a basketball.
No, I would have texted her and been like, I need you to take it away from him, and I need it to never be seen again. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, granted, yeah, you do have a relationship with her.
Yeah.
Friendship relationship.
Yes.
Yep.
We've known her forever.
Yep. Not in the...
Yeah. No. But then, so finally, whatever, he gets out of the car, and the instant his feet touched the sidewalk, I went, oh shit, I forgot to give him his meds.
Oh!
So then I text his teacher, and I'm like, hey, I know that my paperwork only says once a day, but I'm pretty sure the doctor filled it out to say that he takes it twice a day. So is it possible for you to give him an extra one this morning out of the stash that they have at school?
Oh, I didn't know he had to take it at school.
Yeah, he does like one in the morning here, like right around breakfast,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he takes one at lunch.
I think I remember doing that actually as a kid.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing with him now. We're
know
still
what?
kind of messing around with the whole thing.
I think I remember actually doing that as an adult. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So, no, so I texted her or messaged her on our
Yeah.
app, and I was like, I know you guys only give it to him, but can you please give him one in the morning? And then I was like, or if that's not possible, I will come grab him for 2 seconds and I will give it to him like in my car or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, nope, we can do it. It's fine. So
Yeah.
he got it. But yeah, I think that's why it's just dealing with my kid this morning was just with him.
I love that it's Maverick.
It's always Maverick.
It is.
Bentley is an angel placed straight on earth.
Oh yeah.
And then there's Maverick.
Oh yeah, you guys got nailed with Maverick.
You know, I think it's the name.
Mm,
I think it's the name.
it could be.
Yeah, because from the minute I found out I was pregnant with him, migraines. He came out literally when he was born. I wanted his birthday to be on the 7th because then it made sense. And it's on the 9th because obviously he was not coming out on the 7th.
Hey man.
Right? Because like mine's the 14th, Bentley's is the 21st, and Patrick's is the 28th. And so 7, 14, 21, 28 would have been perfect. Nope, the 9th, of course. Then he comes out because I'm induced because I told the doctor, I was like, if you don't get this fucking kid out of me, I will give it myself.
I'm gonna
And
do
he's
it
like,
myself.
and he was like, I mean, he like looked at me, he's like, I'm a little afraid that you're gonna figure something out. So you know what? Let's induce you. So I'm induced, and he literally, it takes 4 pushes. The doctor almost misses him.
I love
Told
that.
me that it was like a fucking Six Flags, and
he
comes out with black curly hair at 9 pounds. So it's like, what? I should have known right there. I should have known right there that this was going to be just chaos. Didn't sleep through the night until he was 2.5. Seriously, no. I literally should have. I should have known.
I got blessed.
I was signing myself up for trouble here.
Yeah, I had a shitty pregnancy, but a good sleeper. Nolan is a solid ass sleeper.
Yeah, he is.
I could punch him in the face some mornings, and he would not even flinch.
I'm
But as soon as you
convinced-
turn his fan off, you're done.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. I'm convinced that you could pick Nolan up by his ankles and swing him around and fling him into a wall and he'd stay asleep.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not. He didn't get that from me.
No.
Heck no. But honestly, it took me a really long time to realize why the hell I couldn't wake up in the morning. It's my noise machine that just keeps me in such a deep sleep.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. So I had to buy a timer for that bad boy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready for yet another reason why you need a minute?
Okay.
You have your cats?
I have.
You're
my
going to need
cats.
them. Okay.
I only have 5.
That's fine. 5 is going to be fine. I need you to pick out your favorite one right now.
Obviously.
And
it's
set
the
him
black
aside.
one.
Set him aside. Because
Don't make him bad.
No.
Because this is Oliver.
That's why he's your favorite.
Yeah.
That's why I said you need your favorite one. Okay?
Yeah.
So these other 4 that you have in front of
This
you
is
here.
my least favorite. Looks like Sassy.
Okay. Well, that's our first character in the story then.
Okay.
Okay. So
Got it.
I'm very proud of it. This story is so much fucking fun. Ever since the first time I heard it, I have been obsessed. This is one of my favorite stories of all time.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited.
Have I heard it before?
I think so.
Okay.
Probably on a different podcast.
Okay.
But it's crazy. It's so twisty-turny. It's so much fun.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
Well, you told me that you didn't want an unsolved one.
I don't.
So this one is solved.
This
This one is solved. However, you're going to just be like, okay, what the hell? Constantly. Okay. So picture it.
Okay.
New York in the 30s. Great Depression, Prohibition. We're in full swing right now, right?
Lovely.
So they're really, really struggling
Okay.
and depressed and miserable.
Hey, samesies.
Yeah, but it's not the Depression and we can drink legally.
Oh, ship. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's a little bit of a depression, I guess. Whatever. It's inflation.
Actually, technically, I
suppose
am
it's like the
depressed, but
That's like what the opposite. It's inflation versus depression.
I don't know. Either way.
So everybody's losing their jobs and homes and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
'Kay.
Got it.
So, Anthony, Tony, Marino.
Okay.
That is your first cat. That is the one that you dislike the most.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. He owns a speakeasy named The Mermaid in the Bronx. Okay.
Okay.
And so in 1932, he is really, really struggling. Really, really struggling with business, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do everything that he can do to save his business. And so he ends up befriending a homeless woman named Mabel Carson, who was a regular at his bar. Okay. So he ends up convincing her that she should take out a life insurance policy and make him the beneficiary for her. Okay. Because I think the roundabout way was she owes him a lot of money just for constantly drinking and not being able to pay her tab. And so he's like, hey, you know what? If you take out this life insurance policy just in case and make sure that I'm the beneficiary, then your debt will be free and you can drink to your heart's content. Right? Okay.
Okay.
And so she's like, sure.
Okay.
Bad
That's
decision.
not sketchy.
No, bad decision right there.
Clearly.
But then this would also help him save the bar. And that's how he kind of like sold it to her, right? You're going to help me, but you're not going to have to like worry about your debt, blah, 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 whatever. And that's how, and whatever. And so he's like, okay, cool.
Okay.
You can keep drinking at my bar. If you do this, your debt will be paid. No big deal.
I don't think I would do that to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever. So it's not ideal, right?
No, absolutely not.
So shortly after this insurance policy is put in place, on a very cold night, he just continued to give her alcohol until she passed out.
Oh, man.
And then he took her. I think from the way that I was understanding this, it was like a bar where it also had like kind of almost an apartment in it too.
Yeah.
Right. So he took her to the bed of this, I think it's an apartment that's maybe on top of the bar.
Yeah,
like
so
behind
it's kind of like
I think that
the corner bar situation where there's like apartments above there.
Yeah, but just one, just much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
he ends up giving her booze until she passes out drunk. He takes her to this apartment, because there's the bed there, and so he's like, hey, just come with me, and like you can sleep it off back here.
Oh shit.
And
No, you can't.
And so he ends up, okay, I'm gonna say this, and as far as I can tell, it is not what you're gonna like. It's gonna sound one way, but it doesn't have that. Okay. So
Okay.
he stripped off her clothes. See, there it is. As far as I can tell, there is no sexual assault throughout this entire story.
He just wants her dead.
He strips off her clothes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He strips off her clothes, douses the mattress and the sheets in ice water, and then moves the bed under an open window in the freezing cold. So this causes her death, and the medical examiner states that she had died due to bronchial pneumonia from freezing to death, basically.
But how could... Okay.
How could what? If you got questions already, man, we're in for a...
Well, I know that, but...
It's gonna be fun.
So where did they find her body? Is there...
Yeah, they just call, like, the local, like, medical examiner and say, hey, I let her sleep it off back here, and I came in this morning and found her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was, like, viewed as accidental, viewed as, like, not whatever. It just acts, like, it's just so happened that this is the case, right? And so the medical examiner, whoever it was, says, hey, great, yep, she has bronchial pneumonia. That's what caused it. It was accidental. It was like, it was just an illness. And bronchial pneumonia can cause multiple different kinds of like secondary infections. And
so that must be a super quick like illness.
Well, I think it is. I think it was at this time.
Okay.
And I think that, like pneumonia affects your lungs.
Yeah.
And so remember the other day when I told you that I was doing this story and then I ended up researching the differences between different kinds of pneumonia. So your lungs, you got two of them. your right lung has 3 lobes, the upper, middle, and lower. And then your left lung has 2 lobes, just the upper and lower. Okay. So
All right.
bronchial pneumonia will infect both lungs, or is able to infect both lungs at the same time.
So
it can take out both of your lungs at the same time. And it is not just confined to specific lobes.
okay.
So it can really take over the entire thing.
Holy crap. Good thing I hate the cold.
It can also cause secondary infections and a lot of inflammation. So if she's passed out drunk, frozen, it's very likely that she, could have, say, suffocated or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Marino, since he's the beneficiary, he collected $2,000, which is about $44,000 today.
Holy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd want to be a killer of any sort just to get that money. I would have way too much guilt.
Well, okay. See, yeah, but that's why you're not Tony Marino.
No, I'm not.
So, then now, cut to July of 1933.
Okay. 1933.
We're in 1933.
Okay.
The rest of this actually does take place in 1933,
Okay.
so you don't have to time travel too much.
Okay.
So Marino is now talking with some of his friends about how he needs money to save the bar again.
What? What did he do with all the money?
Who knows? Probably paid off some gambling debts. I don't fucking know. It doesn't, I don't know. I couldn't find it.
Well, I figured that because how do you track money down back then? I mean.
Well, and especially in the Bronx in the Great Depression, money is under the table constantly.
Yeah.
I'm certain of it. So who knows?
Huh.
Probably paid some bills and then a lot of debt to other people.
I'm a chronic shopaholic. Not really as much anymore, but I could not spend that much money. I don't think.
It was, I think, roughly probably more than that. 8 months? 9 months?
No.
Between the time that she died and he got the money to now. So it's probably 9 months.
Yeah.
And I think it was
I still couldn't do it.
Either way, it's a lot. Yeah, but if you have a failing business, you probably have a lot of debt.
I suppose.
As far as that goes. So
yeah.
And then,
yeah.
It's the Bronx during the 30s. So,
Fair enough.
So then, okay, July of 1933, Marino is talking to some friends of his about how he needs more money to save the bar again.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
who's next?
I need 2 more. Pick out 2 more. Pick out 2 of your cats. Little gray tabby and a little white guy. Okay. Francis Pasqua and Daniel Kreisberg.
Okay, which one's worse than the other?
Pasqua. Okay. And then Daniel Kreisberg. Okay. So they're talking. And they help him come up with a plan. They're like, hey. You need money. Let's do this, okay? So Pasqua knows that Marino has done this murder of this other woman.
Yeah.
Maybelle Carson. And that he had gotten away with it. So Pasqua was like, hey, why don't we just do something similar to that? No, okay, sorry about that. We had a little technical problem. My microphone decided that it wanted to attack me. All right. We had to fix that. Okay, where were we? Okay, so Pasqua here. Yeah. He's like, hey, this worked when you took out Maybelle Carson and took out the life insurance money on her. Why don't we just do that again? And Marino is like, fuck yeah, man. Let's do that. And so now, if it is that easy the first time, how hard can it be a second time, right? Yep. And he got away with it.
Yep.
So now the 3 of them are talking about, who on earth could we possibly pick to be our the next person here, right?
Yeah.
So
choices.
Yeah. So now in comes my favorite person of all time, This is your black cat.
Oh, it's okay.
This is your black cat.
Okay.
He's the greatest thing
Okay.
of all time. I am obsessed. Michael Malloy.
I like the name.
Have you heard this story before?
I feel like I have, but I also think I heard it a long time ago.
It kind of like clicks in your head, but you don't know it.
I think I remember what kind of happens, but at the same time, like I said, I listened to it so long ago that I have a memory of a goldfish and I have no idea.
Okay, honestly, that's kind of what I thought, because I was like, because I think the first time I heard it was on That's Why We Drink.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time since Christine did it. And so that's why when you were like, have I heard it before? I was like, I think so, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Unless you're like re-listening to old episodes or something.
No, I can't do that. That gives me anxiety. But no, and I'm like a work and listen to it, so I only like tune in every once in a while if I'm not thinking really hard about something, which
that's how I listen to a lot of them too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michael Malloy was an Irishman who had come to the US to chase the American dream. Yeah. Right? Right. 1930s. Depression. Prohibition. New York. American dream, right? Yeah, whatever. But
he's dreaming already.
Yeah, dreaming. Yeah. He had come with no friends, no family, and like literally no one, seemingly including himself, actually knew how old he was.
Same.
But it is widely reported that he is between 40 and 60 years old.
Oh, that's a great range.
Yeah, it's not like, am I 33, 32? Am I 34 yet? Like, yeah, it's not like that. No, it's between 40 and 60.
Sometimes I think I'm 21. Just kidding.
I was going to say, try sleeping in any place other than your bed and not having your back just absolutely wrecked.
Oh, no, my bed does that to my back, too.
Okay, well, you need a new bed.
Scoliosis.
Then. Okay, well, you need a new back.
I need it. Thanks. I love the support I get about my issues.
Oh, God. I can't support you on that. What do you want to do? Lay down flat on the floor and have me...
No, that doesn't work either.
Put your back into place?
Straighten out my spine.
You want me to go get the horse wrap that I used to help my injured family?
Oh, no, I have some of that.
I'll just wrap you up with that and I hope that we're pulling everything into the right place.
No, it's not pulling. I'm going to have to, like, put metal in there one day.
Or, here's what you do. And hear me out. Humpback.
No.
Yes! Yes!
No, that's what I'm scared of. And then
listen, we can live in a tower with gargoyles all together, and it'll be great.
We have them!
Yeah. But they're not going to want to hang out with us because we're the angry old humpback witches that just scream at everybody and curse people.
But for some reason, I feel like everyone still wants to hang out with us.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
It's insane to me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I even have friends because apparently I'm mean, but yet they still talk to me and call me mean.
I'm mean, and I know I'm mean.
I know I'm mean.
And, like, literally, we went to Patrick's Christmas party, and they were like, oh my gosh, where's your wife? We don't care about you. Where's your wife? We like your wife. We like her. And I'm like, why?
Why?
One, as much, they are lovely people, okay? Don't get me wrong. They're lovely people. I don't know them that well. And the Christmas party this year was the first time of me meeting a lot of them. But they kept going, well, he just, he talks about you and you sound so much fun and whatever. And I'm just like, well, first of all, I think the most important lesson we've learned here is that my husband is a fucking liar. But, okay. Like, don't get me wrong. They're lovely. But I was like, I think he's feeding you guys some fucking lies because...
What was the last story he told you? Because let me proof check that.
I have some questions. Okay. I have some follow-up questions to that, but okay. Yeah, so anyways.
Back to the story that we were originally talking about.
Okay, so Michael Malloy had either been a firefighter, and that was like the most widely reported, but then also I found the article from the like San Francisco Reporter or whatever it was. San Francisco Examiner found the article from the that was typed up about this at the time.
Okay.
And so they claimed that he was a stationary engineer. And I don't know what that means, but I like to look at it as the engineer of like Post-it note packs and stationery like that.
Oh,
However,
I was thinking about a train.
that's not stationary.
They can stay there.
I like the idea that it's stationary, like that you write on stickers and stuff.
All right.
It's probably not.
We're going to go with that.
Either way. So the San Francisco original article said that, but everything else I saw said he was a fireman.
So he was very mysterious. Mysterious.
Yeah. Either way, he lost his job due to the depression. Holy cow. So, he lost his job. He became a homeless drunk that was unable to pay bar tabs, but he continued to get served at these places.
Stop it.
Yeah, he was continuing to be served by these local speakeasies and rack up a shitload of debt at these places.
Imagine, I people do actually do that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to a small town bar and just creating a tab and then just...
Well, this is the Bronx.
Yeah, but I'm like, in town, people do it.
We are much, 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 much. We're a thumbnail compared to the Bronx.
Oh, well, back then, maybe not.
Chelsea.
Chelsea,
no.
Okay,
they're still large.
You're also talking to somebody who didn't even know where some cheap... Anyway,
what?
Carry on.
What? Okay, whatever.
I was checking out a shipment progress, and I was trying to figure out where this town was.
Oh, I need to know what town it is.
Hold on.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, I am, because I ordered some shoes on a brand.
Sketchy website.
No, it's name brand, but I don't know. I don't want to say the name. I don't know if we can. I don't know if it's for legal purposes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would think so, as long as you're not, like, say, quoting anything. You're just talking about something that you have or that you're waiting for.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I created a pair of shoes. I customized them. Oh, yeah, I remembered it without even finding it. Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah. You know where that is?
Ho Chi Minh.
It's not in the U.S.
Oh, then I would think Mexico, maybe.
No. Vietnam.
Never would have gone. Nope. Well,
right?
I guess China was my next guess, I suppose. But so, I mean, I guess I would have gotten kind of close, but Ho Chi Minh, it sounded kind of...
I honestly still think it's a lie because they're supposed to be here on Thursday.
And they're in Vietnam right now?
Apparently. Or is it... yeah.
Okay, well.
Right?
All
I want is my shoes.
You got 3 days. They'll probably come.
Not that I'm going to wear
airplanes. Airplanes and
stuff.
stuff.
I was thinking a ship.
Will you show me the shoes later?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so he lost his job as either a firefighter or a stationary engineer.
Okay.
Became homeless, whatever.
Happy homeless.
Well, I mean, he does seem to be pretty content with his life. So, he kind of went around town doing just like odd jobs for people, sweeping alleyways, collecting garbage, just kind of doing all of that for a little bit of chump change, okay? Right?
Okay.
Where he's like, whatever, they're either paying him in like actual money or alcohol. And he's thrilled with both. And then the money that he has been earning, he's been taking to these local speakeasies and buying alcohol to drink and then putting the rest, when he runs out of money, on his tab. So they're getting paid to some extent. But a lot of it is ending up on a tab. But all of his money is going to booze at this point.
I mean, when you're in that big of a hole...
Yeah, really, you might as...
I mean, if there's nothing fun in the world right now. You might as well just drink yourself
really
to death.
Really? Okay, so Marino, Pasqua, and Kreisberg decide that he would be the perfect target. They're like, fuck yeah, that's him.
I remember this now.
Yep.
I remember it now.
Yep. Oh, it's good. So, He's been a pest throughout the Bronx. He owes Marino a shitload of money. He's a drunk, like, done deal, right?
Remember this.
Pasqua told Marino, why not do the same? Like, take out the life insurance on him. He's gonna drink himself to death anyways.
And he's
It's
homeless.
It's not gonna take time or take too long, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, check, done.
That guy. Right.
That one, you're coming home with me.
Oh.
So what happens is Pasqua is an undertaker, and he tells Marino, you do the before part, get him to drink himself to death, and I will help and take care of the after part, right? Because he's an undertaker, so with burial, with the death certificate, with all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck yeah, man, I got it.
Tag team.
Marino takes one look at Malloy and goes, he's all in. He ain't got much longer to go anyhow. The stuff's getting him.
Oops.
And from there, plan. So,
solid plan, boys.
Right? So Pasqua finds an unnamed acquaintance to go with him to the insurance meetings, and he introduces this man as Nicholas Malloy. Nick here was a florist, and Pasqua, as the undertaker in the funeral business, can vouch for him and verify because they do a lot of business together, and that's why Pasqua is helping pretend Nicholas Malloy get this life insurance. Because Pasqua works with life insurance as an undertaker, and he can help the florist friend of his.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is quite a story.
I know. Yeah, I remember it being just like a roller coaster.
And then he can also a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then Pasqua is going to help identify or verify this man's identity, like to say, like, yes, we're taking these policies out. Yes, this is who he says he is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it took him 5 months to secure 3 different policies. One with Metropolitan Life, and then 2 with Prudential. And then all of these policies had double indemnity clauses. Indemnity. Damn it. Indemnity.
No one ever said we were perfect.
Indemnity. I practiced that word too.
That's why you panicked.
Whatever. So a double indemnity clause is a provision of the policy that doubles the payment if death occurs under certain circumstances, such as accidental death or murder by someone other than and not in collusion with the beneficiary.
Okay.
However, this is voided if the person dies under circumstances such as suicide, negligent, natural causes, murder by the beneficiary or somebody that he's like, say, hired or something. And so they're like trying to find the workaround here. Right? So their plan is now to make Michael Malloy Nicholas Malloy. And because if he were to die under mysterious circumstances, they're all far too close, right? Because he's always at Marino's bar. Pasqua is right there. Kreisberg right there. So
everyone's always in the same spot.
Yep. So they're way too close. So they're like, who the hell is going to be our beneficiary here? And so do you want to know what they do? There's your 4th one. Here's your other cat.
Okay, so we got a Meatloaf looking cat here.
Meatloaf. So Meatloaf is bum bum bum. Oh my god, I lost my place.
Meatloaf did it.
Yep. Now that they're trying to set up all of this stuff, they go to Joseph Murphy.
That seems reasonable.
That's Meatloaf.
Okay. Meatloaf is
Joseph Murphy.
Joseph
Murphy. And they're like, hey, will you pretend to be this guy's brother so that we can all, like, you're the next of kin, so whatever, they'll notify you. You can, like, identify the body. You can, like, whatever. So that we can get this. So can you be his beneficiary. And Joseph Murphy is like, yeah, I guess. So now we have 4 people in on this murder plot.
Yeah. And a little fella
however,
over here.
one of the problems is Joseph Murphy is a bartender at the Mermaid.
Oh, that defeats the whole purpose.
One would think, yeah.
Little Joseph Meatloaf.
So Murphy is now officially pulled into this plan as Nicholas Mallory's brother. And, you know, if this plan works out, they stand to gain upwards of $3,500, which in today's money is about $79,000.
Holy.
Okay, but there's 4 of them, and they're going to split that, okay?
I can't do math, so it still sounds like a big number.
20,000.
You looked that up first, didn't you?
Round 79,
I
Chelsea.
can't.
Round 79
No.
to 80, and there's only 4 of them so far. Okay? 20. So Tony Marino, Francis Pasqua, Daniel Kreisberg, and now Joseph Murray they've named themselves the Murder Trust. And this is how I'm going to refer to them throughout the rest of the story, okay?
Okay, so we got
So everybody's got a job.
4 of these cats over here.
Your 4 cats are the Murder Trust. Your black one is Michael Malloy.
Coolest cat on the planet.
The coolest cat on the planet. So in order now to get Mike to sign the paperwork for the life insurance policy stating that he is, in fact, Nicholas Mallory and Joseph Murphy is the beneficiary, as his brother, they came up with a plan. Marino is going to hand in papers under the impression that they are a petition to help Marino run for local office. And as a thank you to Mike for supporting him in this venture, Marino offers him an unlimited open bar tab and forgives all his debt, stating that competition from the other bars has forced him to ease the rules as far as tabs and stuff goes as with being paid. So the Murder Trust was thinking if he had an open tab, he would quickly take advantage of it and abuse it. And within a few days, he'd have drunk himself to death. Easy fucking peasy.
Seems reasonable, though. I mean,
At this point, yeah,
if you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So Michael is thrilled with this offer. He's like, fuck yeah, man. So this day, he's here. He drinks from open to close with no problems other than typical drunkenness, like whatever. And the Murder Trust says, hey, why don't you just go in the back and sleep it off? So he goes in the back where I presume Maybelle Carson had been also sleeping when she was killed, right?
Yeah.
If they're at the bar. So why don't you just pop back there, sleep it off, whatever. Okay? So he goes to the back, passes out. The next day it starts all over again. And a witness states that, quote, Malloy had been a hard drinker all his life, and he drank on and on. He drank so much that Marino's arm started to hurt after pouring shot after shot for him. Everything was fine for Mike. His breathing remained steady, skin was fine, and overall he seemed, quote, normal. So nothing is happening.
I was going to say, somebody who can drink that.
He is an Irishman in Great Depression, Prohibition era New York.
Yeah, and
Dude can go hard.
Yeah, and the alcohol can't be that, like, much is there a lot of content in there? Like,
I guess I don't know if it's changed, like, how much it's changed between now and then, I guess. But
yeah, I mean,
if he's a very heavy drinker, I mean, tolerance is a real thing. So I guess I don't know.
I don't know how
really.
It works.
I don't
just
either.
know that I probably would have died.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Well, that's what they're banking on.
Well, I know that. Well, that's one way to kill me off for my money.
So this pattern now has continued for 3 days, and the Murder Trust.
He's not going anywhere.
No, the Murder Trust is starting to get frustrated. They're like,
no
okay,
shit.
shouldn't that have, like, after 3 days, he should have really, like, everything done, right? But, you know, he kept telling, you know, saying thanks, walking out, and then he'd leave, and he'd come back within 24 hours. And this continued for several days. And the murder trust here is starting to get really frustrated. Like, he's costing them a ton of fucking money. Now they're paying premiums on the insurance.
And the guy ain't going nowhere.
And he's drinking all of their fucking money. And they're feeding him.
So who's the smart one, really?
Really. And they're feeding him. So he's eating and drinking them out of fucking house and home. And they think that this insurance policy is going to be like their saving grace.
Yeah.
So they're starting to get really frustrated. So he's literally drinking from sunup to sundown and only eating the sardine sandwiches.
Oh,
which are also complimentary at the bar. And apparently he fucking loves them.
ew.
Well, no, I agree with that.
Oh, shoot.
But he is costing them all their money. And so they're at a complete loss at this point. Wait, did I say 32 or July of 33?
Yeah.
I meant July of 32. We're in 1932. Okay. We're in 1932, not 33. So, in December of 32, Marino, Murphy, Pasqua, and and Kreisberg, all of your cats, are meeting at the bar. And they're like, dear fucking God. Okay. So it's taken 5 months to get these insurance policies figured out. Right? My kids are elephants up there.
Oh, mine's one of them.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, so it's taken them 5 months to get all this stuff worked out with the insurance companies and all that. Right? July, August, September, October, November. Okay. So December, that's the boys' bathroom.
I'm like, is there more than one child in that bathroom right now? If
you hear running water, I am so sorry. We have a bathroom directly above this room. And my children have decided that that's the one that they need to use right now. Cool. So, yeah. They start planning this July of 32. July, August, September, October, November. 5 months to get all of these insurance policies and everything in place. So now we're in December.
It was so easy for him to do it the first time?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just.
Well, because I think that the first time he went straight from insurance policy to, like, not trying to, like, let her drink herself to death, but he, like, took it into his own hands and was like, okay, you're going to drink until you pass out, and then I'm going to do this. Okay. Whereas for this time, he's like, he'll drink himself to death in no time at all. Yeah. If we give him an open tab to abuse.
I don't even have to, like, attempt to do anything kind of situation.
Yeah. And so I think that that's why it started out a little slower than that first one.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're into December. Okay. This freaking thing has been going on for now 6 months. Okay. And this is when they're filling him full of booze and sardine sandwiches and whatever, hoping he will drink himself to death and abuse this free booze. Okay. Which he is. He is absolutely abusing this.
He's abusing the poop out of it, but
so now it's like mid-December and Marino, Murphy, Pasqua, and Kreisberg, your fur cats, are meeting at the bar. And they're like, okay, what the fuck? We need to come up with a new plan. Because clearly this is not working, right? And in the bar were also 4 regulars, John McNally, Edward Tin Ear Smith.
What?
He had a fake ear that was actually made of wax. So he got his name because he had a fake ear, but it's made of wax. I looked it up because I was like,
that's so weird.
It's a unique name.
Okay.
Tough Tony Bastone and his sidekick, Joseph Maglione. Okay? Along with a friend of Maglione's, Harry Hershey Green. Hershey Green is like, sounds like a very sweet name, right?
No.
Hershey? That's a good nickname.
Hershey sounds like...
That's a good nickname.
It makes me think of poop.
Why?
I don't know.
Hershey.
Because people say, like, the Hershey squirts. I don't know.
God damn it.
Right?
Okay, whatever.
Thank you.
So anyways, so these 9 now are in this bar.
Got it.
And they're talking about, like, none of this is working. We got to figure something else out. So they started coming up with the plan. So he just is not dying, and they're coming up with a new plan. So there's 9 men now involved. So on day 4 of this plan, Malloy walks into the bar and shouts, "Boy, ain't I got a thirst!" And the murder trust is fucking pissed.
I like that line.
I know. Michael Malloy is a fucking hero. There should be Michael Malloy Day, honestly.
Really should be.
And so the bar at this point is just hemorrhaging money because of how much he's eating and drinking and the life insurance premiums. So they're like hustling here. Tough Tony suggests just shooting him in the head. Because he's said to have been willing to do anything for a price. So shooting him would have been just easy peasy in my head.
Yeah.
Or like it would have been easy for Tough Tony to do it.
Yeah.
Tough Tony and Tony Mariano, they're different people. So you need
I don't have any more cats.
You need a Reese's.
Oh,
okay.
I need a Reese's. Okay.
Or a kiss. You can have a kiss.
No.
There's different colors of these.
But
guys,
I like.
though.
I'll
And you're gonna eat him though.
I'm probably gonna.
Okay. So Tough Tony suggests just shooting him in the head, saying, "No issue, done deal, boom, easy peasy." Right?
No.
Right. Murphy then is like, "That's gonna draw way too much attention. We can't do that. Like, it's too much attention. We cannot do that." It's so they should lean towards something that looks more accidental. So they decide if the booze isn't killing him, we're going to change it up a little bit, right? Murphy suggests then that they start spiking his drinks with antifreeze.
Okay.
So antifreeze poisoning can cause intoxication, vomiting, abdominal pain, and if you're regularly ingesting it, it can cause headaches, seizures, kidney failure, brain damage. But he would drink all day, pass out, wake up, and repeat. So he's still not dying yet. He's not even...
Okay.
Nothing except normal inebriation. So now they're just getting more and more pissed. Tough Tony offers once again to shoot him in the head, but again, it's still too obvious. So they decide that instead of spiking his drinks anymore, they're just going to fully trade it out with occasional shots of turpentine, rat poison, and wood alcohol. So they would give him a few shots of regular whiskey, typically was his, but they'd switch it up. So they'd give him a few shots of whiskey, and then they'd switch over and they'd give him some just shots of straight wood alcohol. And he was continuing to ask for more and displaying, quote, "no physical symptoms other than those of typical inebriation."
Yeah, I think the alcohol overcame the... How did you even like...
You're
I mean...
It's not hurting him in this case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you think about it though, because if...
I did some Googling and I figured it, or I did some Googling. And
yeah, and if you look at some like medications, they say not to drink with it because it's not going to have that effect it's supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
It's okay.
So now they decide if the drinks aren't working or are not doing what they want, we're gonna just start soaking oysters in all of these poisons instead.
Oysters.
Apparently, Malloy was a big fan of seafood. Sardine sandwiches,
Sardines
oysters.
is not...
It's a fish.
Yeah, but I'm not going to call that seafood.
He is a seafood aficionado. You know what?
Ick.
Hey, we don't make fun of Michael Malloy. Okay, this
No,
man is
but-
a hero.
Sardines.
If he wants to call them seafood, he can call them whatever. If he wanted to call them tiny little alien babies from another planet and he wants to put them on a sandwich, we're going to let him at this point. Okay. So
All
he
right.
likes, so they're like, hey, Pasqua Pasqua said that he had seen a man die after eating oysters and drinking whiskey. And he claimed that, quote, alcohol taken during a meal of oysters will almost invariably cause acute indigestion or for the oysters to remain preserved in the body. So Pasquale's like, hey, you drink whiskey with oysters, them oysters are going to fucking stay there. And your body is not going to digest them and you're going to die. So let's soak these oysters in some fucking wood alcohol and so that it's in his body longer and that's going to kill him. And everybody else is, I imagine, essentially giving him a round of applause at this point, being like, yes, that'll do it. So they let the oysters sit in the wood alcohol for a few days, and they serve it to him just like they would normally. And the murder trust gets to watch him as he eats every single oyster, lick his finger, burp, thank them, and leave.
That's the way to do it.
So, honestly, this just gets more and more fun for
I
me.
know. I'm so glad I picked out the black cat for him. That's how I envision Oliver.
Also, wood alcohol is what they've been kind of feeding him mostly and soaking this stuff in.
Yeah.
When ingesting only 10 milliliters of it, that's less than a dose of ibuprofen that you would pour out to give to the boys.
Less than?
Yeah. 10 milliliters would be like one of the smaller doses on the cup for medicine.
Okay.
Only 10 milliliters of that can cause decreased consciousness, poor or no coordination, vomiting, abdominal pain, decreased vision or permanent blindness, and kidney failure.
Permanent blindness. Huh?
Between 30 and 100 milliliters, it will be fatal. And that depends on your body composition, how tall, how much you weigh and stuff like that.
That's alcohol in general, though.
Yep. So between 30 and 100 is typically considered lethal, fatal, whatever, right?
Oof.
And so when they're just sitting there and they're like, this is going to be it. Boom, 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 bing, bing, boom. Done. So once they have all of this stuff done and they're feeding this shit to him, they're like, dude, what? And now they're just like, okay. Regroup. So, Kreisberg here, who I believe is your white cat.
Yep.
Who's said, the newspaper article that I found from the 30s said Kreisberg, whose chief usefulness was that he was afraid of and ready to obey tough Tony. Yeah.
Got him.
Kreisberg, sit him on Kreisberg's head because... There we go.
Oh.
Because apparently he's terrified of him.
His ears are pointy.
And so the only reason that he's like, let's not do this is because he's like, I don't want Tony to get caught by shooting this man in the head. Right.
I feel like tough Tony's not going to get caught, though. He sounds like a big man.
Well, yeah, he does sound like, and I imagine in the 30s there's a lot of mob connections too.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get caught. And if he does, he's gonna get out of it.
And so Kreisberg is like, yeah, feed him all this wood alcohol cocktail and food and see what happens. And so the spiked drinks of all of these things with the wood alcohol, the turpentine, rat poison, antifreeze, the spiked drinks, the shots, the food, that should have done it for him, right?
He should have been done forever ago, before all of this, with how much he's freaking.
So the New York Post actually said, and I quote, he didn't know that what he was drinking was wood alcohol, and what he didn't know apparently didn't hurt him. He drank all the wood alcohol he was given and came back for more.
He liked it.
Yep, sure did. And so he's just bopping around his merry little way. And I'm so happy for him at this point, because it's like, I like the idea of these guys being just shit on turn after turn after turn.
I just dropped him.
You did just drop your cat.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Okay, so now they're like, okay, what the hell? So they're like, you know what? He really likes these sardine sandwiches. I know. And so you're really not going to like this part.
Oh, I know.
So they open a few cans of these sardines and let them rot. And then while they're making these sandwiches with these rotten sardines, they add in shrapnel and carpet tacks.
What the fuck?
Because they're like, certainly the metal is going to just shred his inside.
Tacks, though?
Yeah.
Like back then?
Yeah.
Oh.
So certainly the metal is going to shred his insides, right?
I don't think he has insides at this point. He's just an empty hole.
Well, he ate the entire sandwich and asked for another one.
Honestly, maybe he's like BK. And he just like has all this stuff and like,
You've got 9 lives.
then that maybe. But then he leaves and just throws it all up.
I'm sure he's doing his fair amount of vomiting.
That's part of the problem.
I wonder how bad 1930s New York stunk.
No.
Oof. Okay.
That's a no for. It's probably like the corner bar on a Saturday night at like
yeah, but
12.
but homeless people are vomiting and shitting in the street.
Have you been in their bathroom?
In my bathroom?
No.
Oh, no. I was like, mine? What?
I said their bathroom, aka
It's been a minute.
the corner bar.
I'm getting far too old to go there.
I haven't gone there in a long time.
Yeah, I'm getting too old.
But the last time I was there, no. Anyway.
Okay, so all of these attempts to poison his drinks, to let him drink himself to death, to poison his drinks, to poisoning his food, to feeding him rotten food and carpet tacks and shrapnel, there does eventually come a night where Michael just collapses without warning. Okay, like he'd been, passing out drunk. Yep, lay him down. He'd been passing out drunk, but this time it was like he just dropped, collapsed. So Pasqua here.
Oh,
it's your gray one. Checks for a pulse and breathing and stuff. And his breathing was super duper slow, super labored. And so they're like,
this is
time
to shot.
So they're just kind of sitting there waiting for waiting for his final breath. And they're like, hell yeah. And they're, you gotta know, they're like punching each other like, this is it, right? And they finally hear what they think is the death rattle. And his chest stops moving.
I think this happens every night to him, though.
And they are fucking thrilled. They're like, hell yeah, done it. And I'm certain that they are high-fiving and like hooping and hollering the way that's, after this many times, they've got to be celebrating, right?
I don't know. I don't try to kill people.
Now, the amount of money that I would have paid to be in this room at this moment in time.
I want to be a fly in the goddamn wall.
So eventually, instead of it being the death rattle, in my opinion, it is some form of like sleep apnea, because then he takes a huge breath and snores and falls asleep. Yeah, so he's still sleeping, but he's alive.
Maybe.
He woke up a few hours, and at this point they're just like, God fucking damn it, and I'm pretty sure they just leave him on the floor of the bar and they walk away. They're like, fuck this, okay? Right?
Yep.
So they're like, okay, you know what? Whatever. And they are like, God damn it, and leave. And then a few hours later, he wakes up, rubs his eyes, and said, give me some more. Give me some more. Yep. Give me some of the old regular, my lad.
Oh.
And
Do they quit? They have to quit.
And like I said, the amount of money that I would have paid to be a fly on that fucking wall when all 4 of these men realized that all 5 of them now have realized that he is still fine.
He's a black cat, man.
Imagine how angry they would have been. Like, and you know that these are angry Italian men
Yeah.
in the 30s, and they're like not used to, like, why can't we do this?
Not winning?
Yeah, exactly. So now, Mike the Durable, Iron Mike, my hero, has not drank himself to death, has survived antifreeze, wood alcohol, turpentine, rat poison, poisoned oysters, spoiled sardines, shrapnel, and carpet tacks, and just keeps coming back for more.
Black cats, baby.
I'm telling you, there needs to be a Michael Malloy holiday day. National Mike Malloy Day.
Or like an incognito one, like 420. You know, like
we
one
could do
that-
St. Patrick's Day. He's Irish.
I'm gonna be gone.
I'm just saying. That could be it. He's Irish. St.
Yeah?
Patrick's Day. Feels right.
Meh.
So now the murder trust is beyond angry. And killing him at this point is just more of a source of pride than anything. They're like, they're all...
Fuck the money, let's just murder him so we feel better about
Right?
ourselves.
They're all getting so annoyed. They're all getting so fucking angry. They're all like just fighting and arguing and saying like, this isn't worth it anymore. And now there's all of these people involved. The 4 bar regulars, the cab driver, the doctor that's not quite yet involved, but these 4, like, it's just, there's so many people. I think it ends up being 9 total that they're supposed to split it with.
Oh god, they're all screwed now.
And they're still paying for all the booze, paying for all the food, paying the insurance
They
premiums.
can't back down now. They made him a deal.
Exactly. And so now, as they're spitballing ideas, Marino's like, oh shit, I watered down Maybelle and she froze to death and that fucking worked like nothing. Right? And so
They took him this long to think. That's what I thought they were going to do in the beginning when you said something about them sleeping somewhere.
no, he was just, up until now, he's just been sleeping in the back of the...
Yeah, but that's where
bar.
she died, right?
She did. Yeah, he was sleeping in that same apartment,
Yeah.
just sleeping it off.
So when you said
Yeah.
that
Oh,
the first time, I
yeah.
was like,
No.
he's just going to freeze him.
No, they were just kind of putting him back there so they could kind of, like, say keep an eye on him.
I think with all the alcohol home dog drinks, he ain't going to freeze.
Right? It's like if you put a vodka bottle in the freezer, but then you switch it all out when you're a kid for, like, your parents' booze, and you just switch it out with water, and then all of a sudden their vodka's frozen and they know you've stolen it.
Nah, my parents didn't put that shit in the freezer.
Oh.
But we did do that.
Well, but okay, see, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. Well,
So-
we were smart though. We did it to the alcohol that they didn't actually purchase. It was the shit that was left behind from their parties.
I can say this now because, you know, my dad is dead. But
It's not funny because I knew him. It's only. It's
it's only
It's
funny.
a thing.
It's only funny because I have to make dead dad jokes or I will cry.
Yeah.
It's like my dad had this big buffet thing in our living room, basically, or our dining room, and it had just booze from God knows when in there, like old parties and just shit that he maybe bought to try and then didn't like and just shoved it all in there. I swear to God,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure some of those bottles were older. That's the shit that I stole.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Versus putting, no, I couldn't have. I'm thinking because his Bacardi was always clear.
Oh, you don't do that to his Bacardi though.
He would have known it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would have opened the bottle and been like,
sniffed it.
betrayal. Yeah. Yeah.
There would have been no doubt he would have opened it, and then
I don't think he would have even had to open it at that point. He'd been like, something's wrong here.
it doesn't look right.
My spidey senses are going off. Yeah.
It's a little bit less than what it was last night.
Yeah. So anyways, Marino's like, oh shit, I froze Maybelle and that worked lickety fucking split. Why don't we do that now? Okay. Because nothing else is working. So the rest of the murder trust here is like, fine, whatever, let's try it. Okay.
At this point, they have no friggin' option.
Honestly. So there's a night in February where it's like -15 Fahrenheit and like -27 Celsius. So
Oh,
she's cold.
no.
And Mike, once again, drinks at the bar until he passes out. The murder trust takes him out to Crotona Park, dumps him in the snow, and dumps a 5-gallon bucket of water on him. They leave him there, and they're like, we've done it. We've done it. There's no way. Right?
No.
So Marino goes to the bar the next morning, and he walks in to open the bar up and finds a half-frozen Mike, sleeping in the basement because he had walked a half mile back to the bar and complained about he simply complained about a wee chill, and then he went back to drinking to warm himself back up.
He is my spirit animal.
I'm telling you, that's why I made you pick out your favorite cat before we started
obviously
this.
It's a black one.
So now they they need him to die. Like, insurance premiums are kicking their
Not
ass.
even the insurance. It's just to the point that they're just done getting their asses kicked by
And
the guy.
the insurance policies are about to expire.
Yeah.
So we gotta get a fucking move on here.
So gonna die after they fucking expire.
Right. That'd be great.
that would be my luck if I was trying to do this shit.
No kidding. So now, one of the bar regulars, when they're jumped up to the 9 people, McNally. You do not have one for him.
Oh, okay. He's
McNally here. He suggests running him over with the car.
What the fuck?
Yep. And Tin Ear, which I think this is really the only time Tin Ear has anything to do with this.
Yeah, I'm like, he was mentioned.
No, he's just chat. I think that he was just kind of sitting at the bar with them.
I couldn't hear anything out of his one ear that's not clay.
It's
or wax.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Like, so I think that he was only involved because of proximity. And
he could only
but they
hear
have
so
to like
much.
but they have to like cut him in because like what else are they gonna do?
He's there. He has the knowledge of the situation.
Exactly. So they gotta cut him in.
The bar has to be in on it by now.
Honestly, I'm probably, but by the time that this is over, there's 9 people that they're supposed to say, quote, split this insurance money between. Okay. So Tin Ear here was skeptical that this was gonna work because, like, dear Lord, good night. Like, Tin Ear is like, Jesus fucking Christ. But whatever. And then Marino, Pasqua, Murphy, and Kreisberg, your 4 cats. And McNally is your kiss.
Nope.
Yep. And you could put Hershey Kiss or your Reese's over there too. Yeah.
All right. We got a whole party.
They're like, you know what? At this point, might as well fucking try. Grab another chocolate.
Oh, ship. Okay. We got what is this? A Dove dark chocolate.
Okay. Dove Dark Chocolate is Joseph Maglione.
I thought I had that one.
No.
Isn't that him?
That's Pasqua.
Oh my
You have,
God.
in order on your table here, you have Marino, Pasqua, shit.
Yeah, who's the white
Murphy.
guy? Oh, Murphy.
And Kreisberg. And then the Hershey Kiss is
The new guy. One of the new guys.
Tin Ear. Nope, Tin Ear.
Yeah. Was it?
Nope, McNally.
Yeah. Because this is
James.
me.
Yep, that's Tough
Tony.
Tony. And now you have Joseph Maglione.
This is too much.
Yep, I told you needed a. Oh, actually, you can have the cheat sheet now.
Oh, that's rude. No, I don't need it now. Good, you have it.
Okay.
I got all my guys over here.
Okay.
I got my play out.
Joseph Maglione goes, "Hey, I know somebody that will run him over with a car."
Oh. Oh my God, I got another kiss.
And the red Hershey Kiss now is Harry Green, because we didn't.
Hershey's.
Yes, we've brought him up, but he didn't have a character.
It's a Hershey's Kiss.
Oh my gosh,
Whoa.
that's funny. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So Hershey, we've brought him up before, but he didn't have a
love
character at this
this.
point. So he owns a cab, and Maglione is like, "Hey, this is my friend. He owns a cab. He'll do this." And So they end up being like, okay, Harry, Hershey, will you do this?
Harry Hershey. Ew, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I didn't even think that. I was purely thinking names. So they're like, hey, will you do this for us? If you do this, we will give you $150. Okay. Which would be about $3,500 today. And Hershey is like, sure. So he drinks until he passes out. Malloy drinks until he passes out again. And yep, Tough Tony and Murphy. I don't even know at this point which ones yours are. Murphy. I think he's the white cat.
He's the white cat?
I think so.
Fudge. Okay.
So Tony and Murphy drag him out into the road. And
he's already in the road.
Yep. And they prop him up like he's sitting. And Harry is like, and everybody else is in the car. Yep. They're all in the car with Harry. With Harry. They're with Harry.
Harry. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Put him over there. So he's driving his cab. All of the rest of them are in the car. And all of a sudden, Meg Leone goes, oh my God, stop. I see flashing lights. As they're trying to like start this whole thing. Take one, right? So Malloy is in the road. He's just kind of propped, waiting to be hit. Okay. So they
prop somebody up to be hit.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know. So they're like, okay, no, flashing lights, bad idea. We're going to get caught. Turns out they were just somebody turning lights on and off in their own home. Okay. So now we're on take 2.
They're geniuses.
So now we're on take 2, right? And Malloy has come to just enough to realize that a car is barreling towards him. And Malloy jumps out of the way. And they're like, okay, what the fuck? Come on now. And so now...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong one. There we go.
And so now, third attempt, Tough Tony and Murphy are holding him up like crucifixion style. And it's like do you know what the crucifixion is?
Yeah, but I can't get his VCs to hold him up. Okay, here. He can just like stand on top of Tough Tony.
So they're holding him up crucifixion style and not holding him up above their heads. Like you just tried to get.
I couldn't do it any other way.
So third attempt. Third time's the fucking charm, right? So now they're holding him crucifixion style and they're like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And Harry gets the cab up to 50 miles an hour and takes him out, okay? Drives straight into him and then literally backs over him. So now he has not only been hit by this car, he has been backed over. And then before they could go check to see if he was alive or dead, they see 2 or 3 passing cars and they're like, oh shit, we got to get out of here. So they leave him there. And they're like, that had to have done it. So they're checking the papers and they're checking the news and death notices and like checking around town to see if anybody has heard anything about a car accident or somebody, like a hit and run or whatever. And there's nothing. There's nothing. So at this point, Murphy, who is pretending to be Nicholas Malloy's, or Nicholas Mallory's brother, is attempting to find out what he can. So he's calling the morgues and hospitals and everywhere saying that I can't find my brother. Do you have any John Does there? And all of them are like, nope, 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 nope. And so this murder trust now is starting to get like, okay, what the fuck, right? It's been 5 days. We have no news. Okay. So now they're like, okay, we need a new target. And so we're going to find somebody to hit with this fucking car and take out to kill, right?
Yep.
And so without telling, poor guy, they hit Joseph Murphy with the car. And their intention is to put Malloy's ID, or say Nicholas's fake ID in his pocket, and they're going to claim that now Murphy is Nicholas Malloy.
What the fuck?
Um,
I can't even get any of these straight anymore.
So-
I'm just done. I know that this is our guy. These guys
So-
are just over here.
I know. So that's what I told you. So Joseph,
I don't know what
no,
you're
I
doing.
know. So Joseph Murphy, has now been hit by this cab also, and he also does not die. And
no shit, because it's a cab.
he spends 2 months in the hospital, and then
Oh.
he's back to he's good. He's fine. He's pissed, I'm sure, but he's fine. But since it didn't kill him, now they're like, we need to just find an anonymous drunk off the street. And we're going to drive over this anonymous drunk, and that's going to be our guy. That's going to be Nicholas Malloy. Okay? So while they're trying to put all this now into place here to find this anonymous guy, Mike walks into the bar.
Yeah, because he's not dead.
He just walks back into the bar and says, I sure am dying for a drink.
Legitimately, probably, at this point.
Turns out he had been found by police and taken to the hospital. So he spent 3 weeks in there. He was battered and bruised, but overall he was fine.
Yeah, because he is a freaking stud.
He's Mike the Durable.
He's the stud.
Yeah. So, these guys are all asking him, like, hey, what happened? We haven't seen you in a while. Like they were friendly. They were friends to him, and so they were being concerned and whatever about they haven't seen him for a while, right?
No shit.
And, yeah, right. And so he says he remembers the taste of whiskey, the feel of cold air, the glare of vehicle lights, and then just black. And the next thing he knows, he wakes up at Fordham Hospital.
Okay, but half of that is already like an everyday routine to him, probably.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
The whiskey, the cold air, the car lights, like, yeah, I'm sure.
imagine being taken to the hospital and not having to pay the bill. It's like Frank Gallagher.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man,
Yes.
that's a great show.
Honestly, I think that maybe Frank Gallagher was just written after Mike Malloy here.
No shit, though.
Seriously, now that you say that, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
They literally...
So, yep. So, at this point, the murder trust has fucking had it. They're done. They're like, okay, we got to get so much more direct here. We got to get so much more serious.
I don't think anything's taking this puppy down. Here.
Because
Kitty. Sorry.
another insurance premium payment is coming out pretty soon, and these are going to expire pretty soon. So they're like, hey, we have to do this. So they wait for him to pass out drunk again. And they take him to the room in the bar, right? You can sleep it off here or whatever. They put a hose that was either connected to...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this part. They take a hose that was either connected to a gas lamp or a gas heater, conflicting sources.
Yeah, but I mean...
Yeah.
It's kind of the same
They
concept.
they put the hose in his mouth and turn it on and they hold him down.
Yeah.
So he can't.
Yeah.
So within the hour, Mike the Durable has finally died. Yep.
Black cat down.
So, yeah. So the doctor friend of Pasqua, Dr. Frank Manzella. I know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna eat.
I would just eat one of
Tough
I would
Joe
just
here.
keep eating them. I don't think
Was it Tough Joe or Tough Tony?
Tough Tony.
Tony.
There's
Tony,
two
not the
Joes.
tiger.
There's two Joes. There's two Tonys. It's a whole thing.
I don't know. Either way, I'm
So,
eating the Reese's.
Dr. Frank Manzella, he comes to call the death and whatever, and he's bribed by the murder trust. So now he is also having to be paid by this life insurance policy that to say that he had died due to lobal pneumonia. I spelled it wrong. Lobal pneumonia. And issued a death certificate. They were like, yep, they bribed him to say this is what it is. And so he was like, okay, cool. He's a friend of Pasqua's. He hands them a death certificate. So now Joseph Murphy, the one that they have hit with a car at this point, by the way.
Doesn't get shit, probably.
No, he's back. He's back. He's gotta be Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We were again having some technical difficulties because we don't know what we're doing. So I hope that this last little bit here is gonna work out. I only have a little bit left, so. Okay. So before our technical difficulties, I was saying that the doctor came in and he was bribed to fill out a false death certificate and all of that, right? And so now Malloy is finally dead. Poor guy. Rest in peace. Joseph Murphy, he's one of the original four. He's one of the cats. Goes to collect on Nicholas Mallory's life insurance as Nick's brother, right? That's the whole. So he gets the $800, which is about $19,000 today, from the one policy from Metropolitan Life. Because remember, he had the one policy through Metropolitan and 2 through Prudential.
Yeah.
So he gets the one paid out from Metropolitan. So they have the $800. The murder trust has failed to pay all of the people that they had bribed or had failed to split all the money evenly. So now they're all extra angry with each other. And they're just real pissed in general. So some of them are complaining that they didn't get their fair share and they had to pay back the bribes that they were whatever. It was a moment and they were really, really frustrated here. So now, yeah, this murder trust is really quickly beginning to unravel, right? So then Murphy goes to Prudential to get the other 2 policies paid out. And Prudential is like, hey, when can we see the fucking body? And Pasqua, who is the undertaker, right? Remember, that's his job, as undertaker. He had accompanied Murphy to these like meetings again. And he was like, oh, yeah, it's already been buried. Body's already done in the ground. And Prudential was like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that so quickly? I mean, he was buried in no time at all. Like literally, I think it was either the next day or the day after. I mean, it was like immediate. And, well, I mean, Pasqua did not have an answer for that. So Prudential Life Insurance is like, red flags. Quick follow-up question and whatever. So this leads to like an actual investigation because now Prudential is like, this is suspicious as fuck. Right? And so now, okay, investigation is launched. Okay. But before they were caught, and they were caught very, very quickly, it turns out that Tough Tony here, which I think is hilarious because he had complained so much about his cut of the $800 that they had gotten from Metropolitan. So he complained about a lot about his portion of that. Just randomly, mysteriously. Wouldn't you know it, he just ended up being killed outside of Marino's bar randomly one night. Weird. So weird, huh? But, who knows? Who knows what happened there? Certainly couldn't have been anybody involved in the murder trust. No. Yeah, so he technically never gets arrested for this, which is, as you said earlier, he never gets arrested for this. So technically he doesn't because he's been murdered. So now the police have been hearing rumors spreading through the Bronx and through the speakeasies about what they are calling Rasputin Mike. Because, he just can't be killed. they're hearing rumors about him all through the Bronx. And now that this body was buried so quickly, and Prudential is like, hey, we have questions about this. This ends up being one of the first cases investigated by the newly established at the time New York City Medical Examiner's Office. Yep. Right? And so the medical examiner's office is like, okay, we need to exhume the body. And you just know that all these guys are just shitting their fucking pants. They're like, they can't. What? You mean they're exhuming the body? Okay. So they exhume him and they take his body for an autopsy and lab work. So the medical examiner quickly, like so fast, determines that he had been killed by carbon dioxide poisoning. I don't, like, the murder trust did not expect for the gas that they put into him, I guess, to leave a trace. However, carbon dioxide forms lethal and extremely stable bonds within with the proteins in your blood, and it can stay that way for months and months. So essentially, the moment the lab got blood work back from him, they were like, boom, there it is. Got him. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it really was bing, bing, boom. Done deal. So now the police are asking questions and they're looking around and they're like, hey, who do we need to talk to? And they finally get to Dr. Frank Manzella and Hershey Green. Well, Hershey Kiss and the doctor are like, what do you want to know? The police have to ask them essentially nothing. And both of them are just singing like birds. They're telling him, they're saying everything, right? And so now, well, fuck. I mean, really, honestly, it was astounding how little the police actually had to push them to get all the information. So now, Manzella, the doctor, Hershey Green, Marino, bar owner, Murphy, his fake brother, Pasqua, the real demon, and Kreisberg, who honestly, he's involved, absolutely, but he's just kind of, he doesn't have a job title. Overall, I don't think. He doesn't, I mean, you know, he's not innocent, but I don't know. So they're all arrested. And so now they're questioning. Now with questioning and everything, and they're all arrested and whatever, the murder trust is like, okay, but like, how the hell did he not die earlier? Like, what the fuck was going on here? So it turns out there is an antidote for antifreeze and wood alcohol poisoning. It's called fameprazole, and it is the only USDA approved medication. However, it was not around at this time, and in the off chance that you do not have fameprazole around and you ingest some of this, the ethanol in alcohol blocks the absorption of the ethylene glycol that is in the antifreeze and in the wood alcohol. That causes the problems. So with him consistently drinking strong alcohols like whiskey, gin, or vodka, his body was basically able to just reject the poison. The only one that I can't come up with is how he managed to skirt his way around the shrapnel and carpet tacks.
I'm going with vomiting.
Yeah, but if it goes down, it has to come back up. That's a lot of pointy edges. Even if you just like shit it out like a normal thing that you were eating, right? It's still going to do some damage. That one I can't explain. He's got like the Taco Bell shits.
Well, yeah, but it's like burning.
Got the Taco Bell shits.
I eat something real spicy.
Put some fire sauce on it. So the San Francisco Examiner, the newspaper article that I had referenced a few times, had written an article called New York's Most Fantastic Murder, and the little like subheadline was 5 times the ghoulish plotters tried to kill the homeless bum Michael Malloy, whose life they had insured, but he survived every deadly scheme until they put a gas tube in his mouth and held him there until he died. Now, they're very wordy in the 30s, but so, yep. So, during the trial, I'm almost done. During the trial, Marino, Pasqua, Murphy, and Kreisberg turned on each other almost immediately. Right? They're already angry at each other, everything. Right? Kreisberg says in the trials that he only participated for the sake of his family. He did say that as a father of 3, he thought the money from the life insurance policies would help his family out. So I know. And he really, like, I don't think that he had much of a job overall. Like, he was like there and he was participating fully, right? But he's not the one that was like, I'm going to hit him with my car, or I'm going to put, it was like the rest of them are like, I'm going to give him carpet tacks and shrapnel or whatever, right? Pasqua is the one that was like, hey, I have a friend that has a cab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so Daniel Kreisberg here is just like, I only participated because I thought the money would help my family, which makes me a little bit sad. But then it's also like, dude, you could have stopped at any point in time there. You see, day 1, first attempt, that's not working out. You stuck around for 7 months, my friend. So all 4 of these guys were convicted and sentenced to death by the electric chair at Sing Sing prison. Hershey Green was convicted of attempted murder for his part in the plot where he hit him and ran him back over with his cab, and he was sentenced to 10 years. Dr. Frank Manzella had originally been arrested for being an accessory after the fact for his part in falsifying the death certificate and everything, and for taking the bribe from them to say that it was pneumonia. And he was originally held on a $10,000 bond, which today would have been around $226,000. However, he was ultimately convicted of a misdemeanor, failing to report a suspicious death to the medical examiner in place, and he served 3 months in jail. A reporter at this time says, perhaps the grinning ghost of Michael Malloy was present in the Bronx County Courthouse today. And I love that, but it gets better. Because this is my favorite quote I've ever read in my entire life. So, on June 7th, 1934, Anthony Tony Mariano, who was, 27. Francis Pasqua was 24. And Daniel Kreisberg was 29. They were all sent to the electric chair at Sing Sing prison and executed. Joseph Murphy, who was 28, managed a last-minute stay of execution due to potentially having mental health issues that would have excluded him from being able to be executed. However, by July, so like a month later, they had resolved that, and he had also been executed in the electric chair at Sing Sing prison. And one of the reporters at the time said, the murder trust was sent to the electric chair at Sing Sing, which managed to kill all of them on the very first try. When I tell you that I was basically crying because I was laughing so hard, way to rub salt in that fucking wound. Like, even after death, this reporter is like, the chair did it on the first try, and y'all couldn't on the 30th fucking try. Jesus Lord. I was cackling The murder trust was sent to the electric chair at Sing Sing, which managed to kill all of them on the very first try. Incredible. Top notch. Incredible.
Woof.
Salt in the wound. It's wonderful. It made me laugh so hard. So Michael Malloy was finally placed to rest in Ferncliff Cemetery in Winchester County, New York. And to this day, people still leave flowers for Mike the Durable, Iron Mike, Rasputin Mike, Michael Malloy. They still leave him flowers. I think that people are like, the fact that people still like visit him and stuff is sweet. Because outside, if this hadn't happened, he would have legitimately just been a nameless, homeless, dead dude on the street, right? That nobody would ever remember.
Oh, man. But still, it was
Right.
his death that made him, like, famous, he said.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that could happen a lot of times. I mean, maybe. But yeah. No, I think it's very sweet that people still, like, come to leave, like, flowers and stuff for him just because it's like, way to fucking stick it to these guys, right? So, that's my story for you.
That was a long ride.
It's so much fun.
It was.
I like that one. There's another box elder bug on my floor.
I don't.
Well, I guess our show is over for the day. Okay, well, since we're continuously having technical difficulties here, we are going to end it right now. And we will be back next week for another episode of Mom Needs a Minute. Bye.